Ray Lockhart started in North Platte at KNOP-TV in '59, and then at KNOP Radio in '64, moving to Ogallala in '67, taking over management of the 500-watt daytime KOGA AM. He became part owner, the station became full-time, and they added the 100,000-watt FM. He then became sole owner, there were many building projects, and the purchase of 100,000-watt KMCX FM.
Hi, Ray. This is Jim Exon. I want to congratulate you on this prestigious award that you're receiving tonight from your fellow broadcasters. You know, I'm one who always has said that sooner or later Ray Lockhart would amount to something. Now, it took a hell of a long time for this to happen, but I want you to know that I played a key role in selecting you for this award. When I first heard that you were being considered by your group for this award, I offered to write a letter in support of or against your nomination, whichever would be the most helpful. Since I didn't hear from anybody, I wrote one letter in opposition, and I wrote one letter in support of your nomination, and it worked. And essentially, that's the reason that you're receiving this award tonight. Seriously, Ray, you've been a very integral part of our public communication system in Nebraska for as long as I can remember. And certainly you have been a pioneer in many, many areas to bring news and information and entertainment to the people of the great state of Nebraska, particularly in the western part of the state. Thank you for all of your consideration over the years. Thank you for your friendship, and my heartiest congratulations to you for being selected for this prestigious award. And also, I thank my friends in the broadcasting industry for recognizing and seeing one of their own who has been a star in communication and information to the public in his own right. Ray, once again, my heartiest congratulations.
Ray was always alert to promote Ogallala at every chance. When Victor Bono was a guest on the Joey Bishop Show in '68, and in talking about his travels through Nebraska mentioned Ogallala, Ray responded with a wire.
From Ray Lockhart, General Manager, radio station KOGA, Ogallala, Nebraska. Dear Joey, on your Monday, April 22nd show, Mr. Victor Bono made some choice comments regarding the citizenry of Ogallala, Nebraska. It seems Mr. Bono's foot on the accelerator is as heavy as the law, and the police found it necessary to enforce the law and haul him in for speeding. Assure Mr. Bono his $25 fine will go to a good cause education, of which, of course, in manners he could certainly use, and also assure him that we do have television when we can keep the Indians from scalping the operator. I love this. I love when people get excited, but they have a sense of humor. That's important. Then we also have this problem of the fishing being so terrific at our great inland sea, fondly known to sportsmen and the Great Plains as Big Mac, that it may seem we only have 3 people in town, or maybe they were at one of the many tourist attractions enjoying the fine entertainment. The parts that really alarmed us about Mr. Bono's comments was the fact that he very apparently likes to eat, so he should have known that the tastiest steaks of the world come from our great cattle paradise, known as the Sand Hills, and that his favorite bread more than likely comes from the hundreds of thousands of bushels of wheat produced each year right to the south of Ogallala. So, Mr. Bono, beware, we won't sue you. We will hit closer to home and starve you. Regards, Ray Lockhart. I read it for you, sir.
When Robert Kennedy came to town on his whistle-stop presidential campaign, a Joey Bishop for President sign was held up.
So we see Bobby Kennedy and the sign. We showed this picture last night. Bobby Kennedy went to our favorite town in Nebraska, Ogallala.
Ogallala. Get us in trouble.
Ogallala.
Say it slowly.
Lala. We have a videotape airshipped from, Ray Lockhart. Ray Lockhart of KOGA. Watch. History.
I'm delighted to be in Ogallala, and I'm delighted to see all of you. I want to pledge to you that if I'm elected President of the United States, I'm going to make Joey Bishop Secretary of Agriculture.
Ray then went on the Joey Bishop Show on August 20th, 1968.
I just said it, right?
This is from Ogallala, Nebraska, eh?
Money.
Hello. What was your first name?
Ray.
Ray, how are you?
I've corresponded with you before. Joey, I talked about giving you some steaks, so just to kind of whet your appetite. there's some choice ones.
There are live remotes at all the county fairs every summer. And when KOA talk show host George Weber wanted to simulcast his 4-hour show live in Ogallala and Denver, Ray jumped at the chance. Being concerned about radio and its future, Ray agreed to run for the National Association of Broadcasters board in the 80s and did 2 terms, and 2 terms in the 90s, and was LLC state chairman during the 80s and 90s. He thoroughly enjoyed going to the Hill, meeting with Congressman Bill Barrett at the Nebraska breakfast, calling the state representatives in Washington, or meeting with Jim Exon at the LLC in Vegas. At the last of his LLC meetings, he received the only transportation award.
I've been asked to say a few words of congratulations to you, Ray, on the occasion of your induction into the Nebraska Broadcasters Hall of Fame. So congratulations. You know, one of my first memories that I have of my service in Washington is getting you and some of your fellow broadcasters lost while I was giving you a tour of the Capitol. Or at least I was trying to give you a tour. You remember that? I don't think I can forget it. And you haven't let me forget it. Through the years, I've always enjoyed stopping at KOGA because of the very warm reception that I get from you and from the staff. Ray, you always seem happy to see me. Now, whether you were or not, I don't know, but you certainly convinced me. Most of the time when I stop at radio stations across the state, I'm the one that's doing the talking, but not when I stop in to see you. I don't talk much at KOGA. I just listen to you as you give me a dissertation on Nebraska politics. Then when you finish that, you start in on the national scene and what's wrong nationally. I seldom get a word in edgewise. And by the time you're done, it's time for me to go. But I guess that's why you went into radio, because you like to talk. Seriously. You've dedicated your career to news and informing the people of Nebraska about the important events which affect their lives, and I know they appreciate it. I certainly do. You've done a good job, a great job over the years, and I can't imagine anyone that deserves the honor of being inducted into the Nebraska Broadcasters Hall of Fame any more than you do. So once again, congratulations, Ray. And if you ever need another tour of the Capitol, I think I've got it down pat now.
Radio conventions and state meetings are a great time to see former employees, such as Stu Haskell, to catch up on their progress. Ray was the presenter of the Friends of Nebraska Broadcasters Award to Jim Exon, received the Carpet Award from Howard Kennedy. Then there are old friends, celebrities, such as Gary Owens and the dreaded FCC. Many events were sponsored, such as the circus, the Heine Winery in Brule, Santa and the Reindeer, Thunderboat races, a bumper sticker contest for a new car, bowling to raise money, the annual cooking show, the Easter egg hunt, and fundraisers for many causes, including 1989 Miss Nebraska Christy Hilliard, who happened to be from Ogallala. Over $7,000 was raised in one day with Christy Day, which was the starting of the sponsorship of the Miss Ogallala Scholarship Pageant that hadn't been held in Ogallala for over 16 years. The local winner a few years ago was crowned Miss Nebraska.
Why, the thing that's so amazing here is they broadcast.
Ray's development of the talk show Midwest Opinions brought many opinions on various topics, and many guests, including area county fair guests such as country singers Rex Allen Jr. and Jim Ed Brown. Cast members of the Up With People cooked their native country's breakfast live on the show. There were many political guests, including Congressman Bill Barrett and the drug dog Buddy barking some warnings.
Certainly, if anyone deserves being inducted into the Nebraska Broadcasters Hall of Fame, it would be Ray Lockhart. It took me 20 years to find Ray, and I worked for him for over 5. And in the 5 years that I worked with Ray, I learned more than I did the previous 20 combined. Ray Lockhart is not only a good employer, he is, as I've heard another person put it, a broadcaster's broadcaster. And to me, that sums it up very well. He not only can run a very successful radio station, or 3 of them in a small town, as he's proven, but it's not all money motivated by any stretch. Ray's method of operation is he asks himself and he asks his employees, is it the right thing to do? And that's what he bases on how to run his business and his radio stations, and that's why they work as well as they do. It's because He genuinely cares about the product that he puts out, and he genuinely cares about the people who help him put that product out, and gives us the opportunity to do our best and some good guidance along the way.
Ray's brainchild developed into the computerized broadcast system doing business as Profit Systems and has emerged as the accepted world standard for digital broadcast systems, using the same formula as used with the broadcast properties. First the idea, then apply lots of hard work. Besides all the hard work, there was fun also at board meetings in St. Martin's, Hawaii, golfing at La Costa, conventions such as in Dallas flying the Metro traffic copter, state meetings including the NBA in North Platte with Ray and John David having a bumper boat race, and the LLC in Washington.
All right, this is cut 44. It's a pleasure to be here tonight to honor my close friend, Roy Lockhart. What a great affair this is, if only our guest of honor had lived to enjoy it. Roy doesn't consider himself to be anything special, which shows he's humble, modest, and a good judge of character. Not once in his career has he ever been accused of being overqualified. The general consensus is that Roy is just a few feathers short of a duck. Roy was one of the first guys to wear brown and white shoes in college, and then he lost the brown one. You know, it's a tribute to this man that has made such an impact that you can go anywhere in the country, East Coast, West Coast, North or South, and you just mention Roy's name, the response is always the same. Who the hell is Roy Lockhart? Roy is definitely trying to slow down these days. For excitement, he likes to sit on the toilet till his legs go numb. Congratulations, Ray Lockhart. You've been a great leader on the NAB Board of Directors and a great friend. You deserve this recognition in the Nebraska Broadcasters Hall of Fame.
And then rewards, yearly NBA Exarban Awards, the Marconi Award with Westwood One PD and jock Chick Watkins in attendance, and on Valentine's Day, the Singing Valentines. Congratulations, Ray Lockhart.